The Nuggets aren't doing too badly either. Third and 8 is picked off, intercepted by, speaking of Josh Wallace, there is Josh Wallace, and he will take it to the 1-yard line. Almost on cue.
Right on cue. Right on cue. And I'll tell you what, give Chris Shula an assist here. Josh Wallace.
Terry, not often do you see illegal man downfield from the half-yard line. What happened here?
You don't, and this really isn't a foul. He blocks a defensive line on line, and he can drive in as far as he wants. He comes off contact, and the defender actually pushes him by him and forces him beyond that yard. So it really isn't a foul for him being illegally downfield because of that action.
And yeah, I think Sean McVay agrees with you 1,000%. So does Stafford. 7-3.
The Ramilia Sports Report is now live.
What is up, my Ramilia fans of the defending NFC West champion Los Angeles Rams? So we lost in OT in Seattle. First of all, I just want to give a tip of my cap to Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks for coming back. You know, they had to make the plays, and nobody. They get paid too. They're trying to win. This game was in hand. We were up 16 points. And remember, I always tell you, nobody can beat us except for us. And we did it again. We got conservative. We gave them the ball back. We punted them the ball. They ran it back, got a touchdown. They got the crowd energized. Sam Darnold. They gave Sam Darnold a chance to snap out of the ghosts, even though the defense was playing good. We got some bad calls, and you thought maybe we hoped that maybe the referees would be professional. And I'm not blaming them for this loss. I just want to point that out. But I am bringing up some particular curious things that happened. So there was the play, the illegal man downfield play. Even the guy on TV, the referee for the TV guy, said that shouldn't have been called. That wasn't a penalty. They took a touchdown off the board. Okay, we got 3 points, but they took a touchdown off the board. The play, the call of the night, the play of the night was the 2-point conversion, where they said it was behind the behind the line of scrimmage, and it bounced off the helmet, or it was hit, it was blocked or hit. I don't remember. Went off the helmet, whatever. And then the Seahawks guy just walks over, puts his hand on it, and so even Matthew Stafford said, well, I thought that's an incomplete pass. I would like to find out more about that. Sean McVay had a tweet. He'd like to know more about what's going on. But also, too, I have a clip that the whistle blew. There's reports going on that the whistle blew on that play. So it doesn't matter who has their hand on the ball. The whistle blew the play down, and that should have counted. Now, that would have been wonderful. If they wouldn't have got that call, we would have won in regulation. We wouldn't have needed overtime to try and win. We did what we needed to. Stafford drove him down and got a touchdown. Sam Darnold came back and did the same thing, to his credit, and then they also got the 2-point conversion, which with the great play call. They did 3 receivers to the right, and then the tight end blocked or chipped our defender and then snuck underneath and turned around. That's the bread and butter play that I always tell Stockton we should do on first downs too. You just have your tight end block, right? And then you sell it enough to where you can go out and then just turn around and you hit him right there. That's what he did. That's the old Jim Everett to Damone Johnson / big ass Jim Hill tight end, David Hill tight end, Jim Hill's brother, newscaster's tight end play, the bread and butter play we called it. But anyway, I'll give you a clip of that, and you can hear the audio. But that's not why we lost. We lost because we took the foot off the gas. We were up. Stop. We were up 16 points, and we got conservative, gave them the ball back, and then like Stockton had a great point. Why did he kick it to him? Should have just kicked it out of bounds. You never know he's going to run it back, but short kick, barely went and hung up. Ethan Evans normally kicks better than that. And it was a short kick and it barely hung up, and so the guy ran it back for a touchdown. That's 7 points that Sam Darnold didn't have to get. And then they kind of woke up with the crowd, and then we kept going. We were sputtering on offense, and we gave them a chance to come back. So there's more to it, but I'm going to show you some stuff, and you're going to be like, "What the hell? This game is over. We go on to the next one. There's nothing we can do about it. They're not going to change it." But it is horrible. I don't mind losing to a team that's better than us that day, right? But I don't like that the referees are helping out, giving them 2 points to tie it. Then they're showing like, God dang it! Hey, stop! Get over here! I'm sorry. Then there's hold on. Then there's the referees, besides that, they're going extra motions for the play catch. I mean, maybe they're excited. Whatever, they can do what they want, but I'm going to show you. And it's just interesting, after the Puka calling out the referees on the Idiots podcast, like one dude, I say that lovingly, maybe not. Then Puka goes back to social media and says, "See, I was right." You basically, in so many words, I'll show you that too. I don't care about that. I just don't like that they might have given him 2 points when they shouldn't have had it. But still, we went down, righted ourselves. Stafford went and got the touchdown. The defense had to be called over and over and over again to get the ball back, and they did. And but anyway, let's get right into it. Let's see. So. Let's give a shout out to our guy, Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford in this game versus the Seahawks, 457 yards of passing, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, averaging 368 yards per game since his last interception. And so Matthew Stafford did it again. He was looking great. There was a couple of, you're not going to be perfect, but, he missed Puka Nacua on a play on the right side and wide open. That happens from time to time, but the Rams started running the ball good. Blake Corum got lucky. The ball bounced off his hand and Ernest Jones dove and almost intercepted it. But Puka Nacua was getting this treatment here, and they're basically manhandling him. And he still caught that ball. I think I have the clip of that. But Puka Nacua is just, with all the background noise, his brother getting arrested, the 2 idiots that had him on the podcast, I had him do that stupid stuff that he already apologized for. He still was amazing. Over 180 some yards receiving. The guy is just amazing, man. Which we already knew that too. Yeah. So the Rams in overtime lose by 1 freaking point, a 2-point conversion. If we could have just stopped them there, and Kobe Turner, to his who was leading the defense, who was coming to the Rams' rescue time after time with a sack and a hit ball. And I even tweeted Aaron Donald that Kobe Turner's following in Aaron Donald's footsteps, leading the team. He almost. The ball was thrown to the side of him, but he almost, was in the vicinity to try and knock that one down. That would have won us the game right there. But, you go to the well once too often. You have to keep relying on the defense to stop him. You're not always going to have that. But here's the tweet that our guy, hold on. Let me get this in here so you guys can read it. Ari Amerov, Rams head coach Sean McVay, says he isn't making excuses, but he doesn't understand how the Seahawks were awarded a 2-point conversion on a backward pass when the play had already been ruled incomplete, and both teams were preparing for the ensuing kickoff. He wants clarity on it. So there you go for that. And so that they're not going to change it. He just wants it for his own self. But on that particular play, take a look at this here. So here's a video. It says, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Broadcast says there was no whistle, but I definitely hear a whistle. Here's this clip here that somebody had posted.
Quick throw here and into a lot of traffic and incomplete.
You hear that quick whistle? Let's do it again.
Quick throw here and into a lot of traffic
whistle right
and
there.
Incomplete.
Hear that? That was a whistle. That was a whistle. It just sucks to lose a game like that on something like that. That helped. We still had some playing after that. And then here's the referees being a little extra on some of the play calls. Check out the big gal here. Got props to her. And then check out the other guy too in front of her. I'm going to play it a couple times. The extra motion catch. And it was a vintage catch by Cooper Kupp. Here we go. Here, let me run it back for. Here we go. Watch on the sideline after he catches it. The ref, the gal. Watch her. Hooah! Oh, him, and then hooah! But anyway, but yeah, so that sucks. And then our guy Puka. Sarah Bishop says on Tuesday, Puka Nacua. Let me get this where you can all see it. On Tuesday, Puka Nacua called NFL refs the worst and said some referees just make calls to get shown on TV during games. And again, I think he was doing it tongue in cheek, just having fun with those two knuckleheads on that podcast. And I say that lovingly. But I don't think he really, he's just being funny with it, because some calls have gone against us. And then here's Puka. It's been deleted since. Can you say I was wrong? Appreciate you, Stripes, for your contribution. LOL. So he's having fun with it, but still, you don't need to do that. But yeah, so that sucks. That did hurt us. It seems like now. Sagas, what a complete, utter effing joke. Yep. We got effed. Our losses have been a joke. Last play of the game on all of them. Yep. I'm so mad. Yes, indeed. I'm frustrated as well. Jake is furious. Yep. I don't give them credit. We dominated. The game was in hands. I mean, I was already tweeting the one guy, the Hawk blogger guy. Belton, when we got to, it was 16 points and we had just intercepted it. I had tweeted, belt to the ass coming. And then we got conservative, and then we gave them the ball, kicked it to them, and they ran it back, and we're only up by 8. Gil says, make a fire the special teams like yesterday. Fire the coach. Yeah, she says, damn it, Rudy. Yeah. Llorar. Yeah. No, we're not crying. We're just frustrated because it wasn't just that the team was good. There was just some weird stuff that happened. But that's the NFL football. That's why we watch the games. Yeah, she says, Rudy, we have to hope for the Niners to lose to the Colts and the Bears and then beat the Seahawks. Yeah, she says, McVay said he's never seen anything like that. Yeah, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. Yeah, she says, why do we always kick out of the end zone and not give it to them at the 35? Yeah. Yeah, that's a great point. Dotson is in a walking boot and crutches. Yeah, he's got an ankle issue. We'll see what happens. Luckily, Diedrich came in and played well. And, those reps earlier in the year with the injuries along the offensive line has helped him because he feels comfortable out there. And he played great. He played great. Yeah, she says Seattle has to Seattle still has to go play at the Carolina. Yeah, but we'll hopefully Young will do play like he did against us. Wildman Samurai says that game cost us a Super Bowl. Ooh, hot take. We'll see what happens, man. I don't know. We'll the next couple weeks with the other teams in the NFC West, we'll see what happens. Jim Everett says Rams versus the refs. Yeah. Here's another clip. So the guy on TV was saying, not sure how you throw this flag, illegal flat man downfield. Here we go.
As far as he wants. He comes off contact, and the defender actually pushes him by him and forces him beyond that yard. So it really isn't a foul for him being illegally downfield because of that action.
And McVay was pissed. I was pissed. And so, just, could it be a coincidence that after Puka Nakua comments, that sucks, man. Mike says the Rams offense scored 37 points. So how was the defense out there all night? Yep. But they kept stopping him over and over again when we needed it towards the end, because we kept going 3 and out, punt. And then Mevis missed a kick. And so Money Mevis missed a kick. Yep. Everything just, yeah. Stocker says, we are still winning it all. Yes, indeed. Well, I mean, we can still, listen, I'm not want to sound like the Niner fans. We can still get the number 1 seed. Anything can happen in the next few games. We'll see what happens. Look at the injury bug. Dotson. Hopefully he'll be okay for the playoffs. All right. Devontae Adams. Stuff can happen to the other teams, and I'm not wishing for that because I hate injuries, but stuff can happen. And so we will see. We will see, man. But look, don't we're irritated because we had the game in hand, right? There were some things that went against us. But the other team played really good. They're at home. It's on the road, they made plays, and so they deserved to win. They got the win, right? If the referee's going to give them 2 points like that, and they were able to go in OT, my hat goes off to Sam Darnold. He did the drive to win it, made the 2-point conversion. There's a lot of pressure because afterwards he's gone through. They get paid too. So props to them. We put them in that situation where they have a chance to overcome. And so, we're 1-1 in the season. Remember, originally I had said that we were probably going to split with Seattle. But I thought that we were going to win this game. Towards the end, I changed my mind on it. But that's what I really thought because their defense was pretty good. I thought that we would beat them at SoFi and we'd split with them at Lumens. But I didn't know that we were going to have kicks blocked against Philadelphia and against the Niners because those would have been 2 W's. Anyway, John Bauer says the 2-point conversion was the strangest thing I've seen in football in a long time. We knock the ball down, then they just go and pick the ball up, and they get 2 points. Yeah, that's what McVay was saying. The play was called dead. Everybody stopped. And that's why they say that old saying, keep fighting until the whistle, But according to that clip that I gave you, there was a whistle. John Morrison, tonight's loss was a tough loss. It's a tough loss, man. We just got to go over it. Stafford got hit in the ribs. On this one play, I was so irritated. So remember, I had just gave this guy here on my last couple streams. Remember, I was talking about production and getting production through multiple guys. The tight ends. Kobe Parkinson, I had just gave him love. Kobe Parkinson's been playing great, playing physical like I wanted him to when he first got here. He seemed to be running out of bounds and not using his size. 6 touchdowns over the last 6 games, right? All of a sudden, he don't have no hands now. Now, it's one bad game. The ball went off of his hands a couple times, and we needed those catches on both of them. And so that sucked. And then you had guys like Xavier, Willie Bowen's guy, Xavier Smith, making big catches. I mean, I guess he took over for Tutu because the Tutu was a no-show today. They didn't really use him. I don't even know if they put him out there. But yeah, but he's a quick guy too. I mean, Mumfield is now a guy that's a trusted guy. He was making some great catches. So there's some silver linings in this loss with the guys that played. Diedrich, too, is one of the guys. Yeah, she says Jake said Diedrich was getting pushed around. I'll say this: that they have one of the best defensive lines. Pushed around is okay as long as they're not on Stafford's ass every down. So you're going to win some, lose some, because he's not one of the better right tackles in the NFL. He's a very good backup for us. So as long as he wasn't, they were in on every play. But that's a very good defense, man. And to come in cold, but yeah. But he's a good backup. We want Dotson back though. He is not, we don't want a long-term replacement Diedrich for Dotson. I mean Dotson, Diedrich in place of Dotson for sure. It's just when we last won the Super Bowl, we were the 5th seed. That's right. EHG says the 13 personnel was working in this game, unlike the last time we played the Seahawks. Yeah, it was working. Listen, they had a lot of injuries, so the game plan changed. We kept throwing it, and I was telling Stockton on the phone, I was like, why are we not running the ball? Run the ball. Throw some screen passes. Let them in. They're chomping at the bit to get after Stafford. Oh, back to what I was going to say, too. On one of the plays that Kobe Parkinson dropped out of, I think it was on his fingertips up here like this, right? That he was catching all this whole last few games. On that same play, the other tight end, Davis Allen, let his man come in and drill Matthew Stafford in the ribs, right? and check this out too. I got a kick out of it. So I was watching the interviews after of Matthew Stafford. I watched some of it, and he said, "Hey, so how are you feeling? You got hit in the ribs pretty good, and we saw you go on the blue 10 on the sideline." And he goes, "Oh, no, that was nothing." He goes, "Well, you win the blue temp, right?" "Yeah." He said, "Well, I had to go to the restroom. I didn't feel like going through the tunnel and all that. So I guess he threw a whiz right there." I hope it was just a whiz. Oh, man. Ben Skoranek, where's your helmet? No, just kidding. Just kidding. Johnny 94 said he's not on our team no more. I understand that. Just because he was at the doghouse for so long. He came to mind because last night I was check this out real quick. Let me move my camera real quick. I was putting this together and I was looking. I had the my TV on, and they were showing the replay of the Super Bowl, and they said the Ben Skoranek play where it goes off of his hands, they intercept it. But I was putting this guy together. Check this out. Can you see the profile? There's T2. And then right next to him is Chewbacca, animatronic. I was putting him together, and then I dropped a bunch of shit on the floor. But yeah, he's right there chilling. 7 foot tall, man, life size. Johnny versus defense is straight up garbage versus a bum. Oh, he's not getting in there. They're double teaming, triple teaming him. Kobe Turner was doing his thing. The pass rush all of a sudden is not getting home. They're doing hurries, and they're doing pressure, but they're not getting home, man. ESG says if we ended up tied with the Seahawks, they beat us by 1. We beat them by 2 earlier. Does that matter? Oh, that's good. I'm not sure how they do the formula for that. That's a good question. They have all kinds of different ways to break it down. I'm not sure. Johnny 94 says McVay's too nice. He should keep running up the score. He had a lazy play calling after that second. Yeah, we had it right there. I was just like, I told Stockton too. And you want to be careful and responsible. You're on the road in a hostile environment. They have a good defense. But man, look, send Tutu Atwell or Xavier Smith deep and have Matthew Stafford roll out and a guy in front of him, Kyron Williams or somebody, or a tight end blocking for him in case somebody blitzes, so he can get the ball off, and then tell the receiver, hey, we're going to call your number here. If the ball, if for some reason you can't get to the ball, see if you can draw a PI. And that's when you lead into the guy and you kind of do one of these, if you can't catch it. John says, Devontae, do you feel better? They'll keep him out until we get to the playoffs. So that his hamstring has a chance to maybe get a little better. Yeah, he's going to be out for basically almost a whole month. And he should be ready to roll. Hopefully he won't re-injure it. But that was a big cog missing. We still got one, though. Puka Nacua did basically his, he did one before earlier in the year. The short pass Devontae Adams play. Where's it at? Let's see. Hold on. Terrence Ferguson got himself a touchdown. Let's see, where's it at? Here we go. No look passes to Puka point blank in the end zone.
It's coming. He's looking out there. Puka. Nope. And it's just amazing how he does that. Looks outside, and then he brings it inside to Puka. Just sensational. Side-eyeing Puka there into the end zone.
Can't trust those lion eyes.
Fox says, looks like Dotson injury is real bad. Gone for the... Ooh, I hope not. I haven't seen it. Stockton says, Stafford won MVP tonight. It just sucks that hopefully he's been playing, just keep playing good. Hopefully, we'll be able to, regain the number one seed, but it sucks it wasn't a loss. And then Puka Nacua too, for all the shit happening. Let me see. Hold on. With all the stuff happening around Puka, he still played. Still played amazing, man. Hold on. Let's look at the stats real quick. Let's see. Hold on. Let's get this up here. How's it look on your side? Perfect. Okay. All right. Matthew Stafford. 29 out of 49, 457 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, no sacks, even with Dotson going out. Amazing, right? The rushing attack. Kyron Williams, 70 yards. That's what he's been hitting on when they do the two-headed monster running back. And then Blake Corum of 14 rushes for 48 yards, 1 touchdown. Kyron didn't get a touchdown. That's a big factor here in this game too. We would have scored even more points because normally gets a couple. Longest was 8. Longest was 9. Matthew Stafford, 2 carries for 6 yards. There you go. Matthew Stafford, shades of a young Lamar Jackson. Now here we go. The receiving yards. Puka Nacua, 225 yards, 2 touchdowns. Longest was 58, and they were money clutch targets too. Xavier Smith, the Willie Bones guy, 2 receptions, 48 longest, 2 targets, 2 receptions, 57 yards. Love it. Kanata Mumfield, 3 receptions, 40 yards, 19 was the longest, 8 targets. There you go. They're targeting him. Davis Allen, 2 out of 2 receptions, 34 yards. Terrence Ferguson, 3 catches, 33 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 targets, and so on and so forth. In the sacks category, we had 4 sacks. Nate Landman had 1. Puna Ford had 1. Jared Verse had half a sack. Kobe Turner had 1.5. And there you go, 4 sacks total. And then for Seattle, oops, hold on. Didn't even need to do that. Hold on. 2 interceptions again. 270 yards. Kenneth Walker, 11 carries for 100 yards. We gave him just a couple of big plays. Charbonnet, too, was a factor. 96 yards, held him under 100 yards. Jackson Smith Negba, he was making plays at the end, though. 13 targets, 8 receptions. Okay, that's not too bad. Cooper Kupp, 3 receptions. Longest is a 21-yarder. 4 targets, 3 receptions. And Shaheed would have had a big play, but it was called back. Thank God for a penalty. But yeah, man, this is a tough game. Took on the chin in overtime. Nothing to be ashamed about. The Seahawks are a good team. We had the game in control, so I thought it was there for us. John says Kobe Turner had a great game. Yes, indeed. Johnny 94 says, at least we know we can carve up elite defenses, but our defense will just keep getting us down. Yeah, they got to pick it up. Man. But it was just a weird game, and the Seahawks are a really good team. John Morrison McVay, it was very short-tempered in the interview after the game. I don't blame him because there's nothing good about a loss. Yeah, he's irritated that we lost. It was there for us. It sucks, man. It does suck. Because I could have gave us the number 1 seed and, everything else would have fallen into place. Vietnamese style says, Seattle in the driver's seat now. How does it feel? Ramelia? We're 1-1 with Seattle. We actually could have, both of us could have won each of the 2 games. I like that Sam Darnold still, they were basically babying Sam Darnold in the early part of the game. They didn't want to have him throw too much. So that's why they were running the ball, and they were effective early on. And the Rams made adjustments and then snuffed that out. And then, but what's weird is the games were weird. The Rams were the ball control offense. The Rams were running the clock out. It was a short, it was a close game. Then all of a sudden, Matthew Stafford flipped on the switch and we started lighting them up. But yeah, these are the 2 best teams in the NFC. Our guy Papa J's Niners are nowhere near anywhere close to having a chance against any one of these teams. But yeah, but props to you, Papa J. Since you can't beat us, it's not week 1 or week 5 anymore. These teams aren't the same teams anymore. Either is your team. There's no Fred Warner or Bosa. Not that it would matter right now, anyway. Because Noodle and Purdy's back to being starter. He's good for 3 interceptions a game against a good defense. Johnny 94 says, we ain't getting the number 1 seed back. Special teams and defense blew that up. Yeah, man, giving up a touchdown on special teams sucks. Yeah, she says the Seahawks were too hyped for this game. It's going to let down when they play Carolina. We'll see, man. Carolina will sneak up on you. Johnny 94 says, you hesitate to answer that you were Gen Z. Oh. Google, he's a strength of schedule, and the Niners pop up. That Niner team, it would be embarrassing if the Niners actually got the number 1 seed. They're going to get a belt to the ass lost by any one of the good NFC teams. They're a minor annoyance. To give you a reason why I always light up Richard Sherman, because he's such a homer for the Seahawks and such a homer for the Niners, because he wants the Bang Bang Escalator Gang to watch his podcast, even though he was only there for a couple years and helped them lose. But hold on. So look what he posts. He doesn't give the Rams too much love, So he's got the NFC West standing. Seahawks 1, Rams 2nd, and the 49ers 3rd, where the third placers. They would be in last place if Arizona was so horrible. So that's what he has. That's what he's got. Good night. Yeah, I posted that. You're always homering for the Seahawks, and then you make excuses for the Niners and Brock Purdy when they're not that good. But yeah. So that is what I thought. I mean, but yeah. But it's okay. It's okay. You know, he's got his own thing he's doing. John 1994 says last time Niners won anything, Independence Day was the hottest movie. Well, the Niners have relegated to now since they can't win anything. They hope for other teams to beat the teams they can't beat. But that's okay, man. I mean, at least they have something. But they're not even they don't matter in the NFC West right now because they'll get a belt in the ass from either one of the teams that play tonight. They have no defense, no pass rush. They can't stop the run. Anyway, here is let's see. Xavier Smith doing his thing. I got Willie Bowen's guy, showing that he can be trusted in clutch situations.
Not sure if he had help. That's Devin Witherspoon, who wasn't really. I think he thought he had a safety coming over to help him.
That's Adams.
And all these guys, while Devontae Adams is out, the silver lining is they're getting reps and they're getting confidence. So when Devontae Adams comes back, now you're just like putting guys in and out. And we already knew that they were pretty good, but now they're getting reps. There's nothing there's nothing that can replace experience and doing it in a game. Let's see. And then here's Puka Nacua just being Puka Nacua, man. Stafford, the soon to be MVP of the league, going to Puka Nacua.
Getting to their first World Series. There's Stafford going deep downfield, caught. There's Nacua. Nacua into Seattle territory. Look at him go to the 32-yard line. Love finally takes.
And JSN, JSN is a great receiver, but he can kiss my ass. Puka Nacua is the best receiver in the NFL, period. He showed you that today. Grabbing balls from dudes, running past them, blocking guys into the mud, into the turf. Coming off of that horrible outing the last few weeks and the podcast, and then to do that, I mean, this dude is amazing, man. We went from Super Cup to Super Nacua. The guy's just unstoppable, amazing, man. And they're holding, picking, grabbing. Basically, you had the two best receivers on stage, and Puka Nacua outshined them. And then you had them trying to get in his head. Look at him here. Trying to get in his head. He's saying, yeah, watch this. Watch this next one. Watch this next one. Watch this. I'm going to burn you next time. Keep yapping.
That's the rookie.
And that's when they say, yeah, go back to the, for me too, I'm like, Puka, don't even mess with them. They're trying to mess with you, but all that does is fire him up. And then he just lights him up, man. But yeah, you don't do that because the referees might call foul on you, if they don't like what you tell them, especially right now for that podcast. But yeah, Puka Nacua was they can't stop him. Let's see. Do. Here we go. Here's Puka Nacua. Like I said, he's telling him who's next. Like Goldberg, you're next. Here we go.
All year long. Play fake. Stafford fires. Nacua again. Nacua will take it to the end zone. Puka Nacua, 41 yards. What a night. Stafford 457. Nacua is now.
And there it is. And there's JSN saying, man, I wish I was like Puka Nacua. ESG says, we have the tiebreaker over those losers, right? Yep. Yep. You talking about the whiners? John Mars, Willie Bowen, I want to quote him. Sea chickens is on the menu at KFC. Yep. We were lining them up, man. We just didn't get the win, man. It is what it is. Props to them. They came back. John 94 says, last time Niners won, Biggie and Tupac were still alive. Oh, God bless them. Yeah, JSN had 96 yards, 8 receptions, 96 yards, 13 targets, and he did have a touchdown, 27 yards. Puka Nakua, Super Nakua, 16 targets, 12 receptions, 225 yards, 2 touchdowns. His longest was 58, and Jigma's longest was 27. John, for the last time the Niners won, the Niners were relevant. Kurt Cobain was still alive. I wish they were still all alive. Love it. My guy Danny Berry Sports Highlights. How you doing? What's up, everyone? Yes, indeed. Should have won. Yes, indeed. SMH. Yes, we should have won. Yes, we should have won. I thought the game was in hand, 16-0 or 16 lead, and we got the interception. Sam Darnold was doing his thing. In this game, unfortunately, he came back. He snapped out of it a little bit, but he still gave it to us. He still gave us what we wanted during the game. Let's see. Big interception. Here we go. Check this out.
Empty the backfield. Darnold under pressure, and that's intercepted at the 1-yard line. That is Kobe Turner with another Rams interception.
And that sucks because that takes away from Kobe Turner's big night. A sack, a batted ball, an interception. The dude, man, listen, Kobe Turner and guys up the middle, nose tackles and interior linemen, it's hard for them to get a big giant stats because they're right in the thick of things, and it's easy for guys to chip them, easy for guys to help on them actually. So that's what that is. John Barber says that we held Jason to some respectable stats, but we still lost. Yeah, I mean, it was a weird game, man, honestly. They're at home. They got energized after they got the punt return because the 7 points are unaccounted for because of the special teams. So, but yeah, they did what they had to do. Let's see. And then props to Puna Ford got into the sack motion.
Extra pressure. Look out. Darnold got him by the ankle. Puna Ford knocks him down there. Rams have a timeout. Well, they're just going to let
Puna. And he's our run specialist, and he got a sack. Love it, man. Love it. Let's see. Kobe and Jared get to Darnold here.
Darnold in the pocket. Darnold under pressure. Darnold's going to get sacked back at the 29-yard line. Verse and
with all these plays on offense and defense, you would think we would have won. They got us to a 16-point lead, and we just couldn't hold it, man. We didn't do what we needed to do. Even Mevis missed a kick. Also, too, don't forget to get your free jumbo jack tomorrow. Anytime the Rams score 2 multiple touchdowns, you get a free jumbo jack. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. It's almost 11 o'clock. Tough loss. We took it on the chin. We'll be fine. We'll get things going. Hopefully we'll get good news on Kevin Dotson. Hopefully he'll be able to return for the playoffs at least. And we just got to gear up for the next couple games and keep ourselves in the chance for the number 1 seed. Jeff Bauer says, Rudy, how's your mom doing? Thank you for asking. She's doing well, man. Thank you. She's doing a lot better. She's home now. Thank you for asking. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys. We'll talk to you guys again on. We'll come on Monday. Hopefully, we'll get some news on Puna 4. We're coming tomorrow. So look for the alert. Excuse me. Sorry. Today's Thursday. We'll come on Monday, and we'll see how the games went, and then we'll talk about Kevin Dotson's injury, because most likely we have good information on that by then. Joe St. Louis says, Cuba Rudy, man, that game was solid. It is what it is. Yeah, it was a good game, man. Listen, we there's nothing for us to be ashamed about, man, because we were right there. We just didn't take advantage of it. Remember, I told you, we're our own worst enemy. Giving up a special teams touchdown, letting them get a 2-point conversion, not keeping the gas pedal down when we're up by 16. It's our fault, man. We're not quite a polished product. We're getting there, but we'll be fine. John Mark says, you're welcome. Thanks for working hard on your show while you and the other guy, well, you got other things going on. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. All right, guys, I appreciate you. And Papa J, I'm glad you can be happy today. It's okay, man. Listen, there's the Seahawks are no joke. They're a good team. They're well coached. They have great players. We handled them for a while. At times, the Rams' offensive line, even with Dotson out, were bullying the Seahawks. They couldn't. We were doing whatever we wanted to. We were able to run. We were able to throw. And both teams, they're gonna go like this. The defense will play great, and then they'll give up a play. The offense will play great, and then they'll get stopped. They'll get stymied because you got great coaching on both sides and great players. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys Monday. All we can wish for is for the other teams to lose. Let's see. I think the Seahawks are on a bye, though, right? That's right. At least they can't lose. Let's see. The Seahawks on a bye, right? Let me see. Not the Seahawks. I meant the Niners. The Niners on a bye, right? Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, they came off of the bye. That's right. They play the Colts. Yeah, so all we can hope is Monday. Hopefully, when I come on, the Colts will be up by 2 touchdowns and with a few minutes left. 5 o'clock start. Yeah, so hopefully the Colts will be big on, and Phillip Rivers will be giving it to Brock Purdy and the Santa Clara crew. Anyway, guys, we'll see you guys Monday. We'll see what happens. I appreciate you guys. And I appreciate you guys we'll see you guys Monday, and we took it on the chin. Don't worry, we'll be okay. All right, guys, as we always say, may the Ramili be with you, and Romulators, mount up. Have a good night.